not because you were pressing, but you were pressing for happiness, and that is something which is so important. And I also welcome on behalf of my own consciousness in general and all of you in particular. And it's a kind of satsang today. It's a kind of small family, so we can always have this. I will have my session at this page, and then we can have a small question answer session, which is relevant to the topic. And we will not encapsulate our personal problems, but we can generalize them in a generic way and can float the questions, so that if I find, we collectively can find the answer. So I begin with a couplet of mine, which is in Hindi, of course, but kindly excuse me. And then, कभी तो एक दिया जलाए हम, कभी तो एक दिया जलाए हम, ये अंधेरों के मंजर सिमट जाएंगे, और जो हाथ कभी आदाब के लिए नहीं उठ सके, वो दुआओं के लिए उठ जाएंगे. So we seek the blessings, we invoke and invite the attention of omnipresent Lord. In other terms, it is our essential self. So that 60, 70, 80 minutes onwards, we'll be conscious of our words in the awareness of togetherness. Let understanding be the law, and let me be the fittest instrument at his hands. Friends, as has been quite expressively expressed, smile, happiness, I'm not saying laughter. Laughter is a subset of that. It is an essential commodity. And, during the sojourn of my living, for these years, conscious living, I was first appointed. I am using first person singular for 2 minutes, just because I want to tell you why this particular topic interested me a few years back. And then I chose it and consciously trying to be with it. It has helped me a lot, and it has reduced this ease. Because we are normally not at ease with ourselves. So I was a scientist with CSIR, and then of course different position now in the management institutes. And I found that at the end of the day, it is stress. And we have been talking about de-stressing ourselves, de-fatiguing ourselves. But there was not a structured way, unless I found it across. And there can be many ways. I won't say there is a one particular way. No. Munde munde matir bhinne. As the number of heads, so can be the techniques. And there are very many meditation techniques also. But today, in the conversational dictum, I will prefer thoughts and how we can cherish them, so that we possibly discover at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the week, at the end of the year, and at the end of our life, the cheerful and smiling disposition of ourselves. I'll give you a 9-point mantra today as a framework. And in subsequent lectures, we will elaborate, we will illustrate, we will elucidate, we will illuminate, and get ourselves enlightened in the process. So today is an important session because we are laying the foundation, we are processing the blueprint. Now, I repeat and reiterate, there cannot be a fixed blueprint for happiness. But yes, there can be signposts en route. And we will be understanding together these signposts. Let us contemplate. We all are aware, we are all in senior professors and scientists and industrialists and whatnot in our profession. We know that we are born in spite of ourselves. So a question always kicked to me, when we are born in spite of ourselves, why we cannot be happy in spite of our problems, in spite of our situations? And there we got the answer for this. Yes, we are born in spite of ourselves, and therefore there can be a situation that we can be happy in spite of our problems. All of us have problems, as has been indicated, at the body level, at the mind level, at the intellect level, at the spiritual level, at the management level, at the efficient level, at the proficient level, whatnot. All levels of our corporeal and transcorporeal existence, we have problems. We have situations. We still can be happy. Yes, we will. We must. So let's first understand what is it that which creates problems for us. Why are we not able to smile? I'll start with the first point of exercise. Start the day with smile. See, all words will be known to you. We are all YouTube savvy. We are all Instagram savvy. We are all digital savvy. There are n number of lectures and everything is flooded. But are we practicing? The very purpose of these conglomerations, these associations, these gatherings is to rejuvenate, is to replenish, is to revitalize, is to revamp ourselves from the morass of abysmal carnality, abysmal identifications with our body, mind, and intellect, and find ourselves enlightened. Yes. And hence, the first point is start the day with smile. So, how do you? We have so many problems, Yes. We started with the point that in spite of our problems, we have to be happy. Now, let's see. Start the day with smile. आईने के सामने खड़े हो जाओ. Just stand in front of mirror and smile. Oh, what others would say, let them say. We are not laughing at others. We are smiling for ourselves. These days they have Instagram mein all those selfies, and I find that they call mirror selfies and whatnot. I'm involved with younger students, and I think all of you, and we know this. So why can't we have this selfie with us, a smiling selfie, and consciously do it for, let's say, 2 minutes. 2 minutes बहुत ज़्यादा हो गए. Consciously do it for a smile. Just smile, irrespective of what you are, irrespective of where you are. Initially, then we don't want mirror also. So it is like self-endorsement. It is the signature of our blissful existence on the otherwise sorrowful and awful living. Once we start the day with smile, then it will be onus of that smile to make us live the day with smile. I repeat and reiterate. Once we start the day with smile, it will be the onus of that smile to make us live the whole day with smile. Please follow this. Today in our small conglomeration, we will only, and you can ask me later on questions based on the words which are being expressed. There is no teacher, no taught. We are trying to understand. It's my experience, not the expertise. And I will only speak about my experience and not about expertise. Expertise can be a scholarship. With expertise, we can get informed. But with experience, we can get transformed. And therefore, friends, start the day with smile is my first slogan. And then, my 5-pointer formula. Today, we are only laying a blueprint, I repeat. First, introspect daily. Second, detect diligently. Third, see, first we have introspection, then we are detecting diligently. Third is negate ruthlessly. Fourth, substitute wisely. And fifth, grow steadily and be a happy messenger on this planet, spreading the fragrance of happiness and joy, unlimited, infinite. Now, these are the 5 points which we will introspect together, so that our entire thought process is realigned. Our entire thought process is restructured. Our entire thought process is rejuvenated. Let's have a background of the first point, introspect daily. So we started the day with smile. I will have a synoptic version at the end of the session. Now, what does this introspection means? Friends, as I told you, first we need to understand, instead of understanding happiness, and we are not giving a scholastic version of happiness. Google will give you that. I'll only float pragmatic version, what I experienced in my life. And we find that after introspection, which you'll have to, that what is it that which is making me unhappy? What is it that keeping me away from my ubiquitous, from my eternal happiness? And I find that it is my wrong and non-essential identification with my body, with my mind, and with my intellect. Aha! Yes, we are going to contemplate a bit on this. You know, they say, first you are in the light. It is called concentration. Then the light is in you. It is called contemplation. And then you are the light. It is meditation. I repeat, first I am in the light, then light is in me, and then I am the light. That is, first I am concentrating, then I am contemplating, and then I am not meditating. Meditation happens. There is no mediation in meditation. When mediation is there, it is not meditation. If you say I am meditating, it is not meditation, because that I and am is standing in your way and the meditation. Light never says I am the light. But light only shows its presence, and we all get enlightened in the process. So, friends, first let us be in the light. And the process of being in the light, that is concentrating or focusing, is what I meant when I said introspection. Isn't it wonderful? And this introspection, we will now dissect. We will have fragments of that. What is it that we need to introspect? And when I say this is my day-to-day existence. We are not talking about a program on smile or happiness, 1 hour a week or 1 hour in a month, and then no, my whole day. So let's say I have my daily course and go to my profession. all students, I'm assuming that you all have we all have students, let's say, or our colleagues. They say, oh, bless. Your presence makes us smile. They need to certify us that our presence, make them smile. And this will happen only if we are able to spread fragrance of smile and we are ourselves smiling. So I give a title to this project, which we will be running in series, is Joy of Living and Life. Now, friends, living and life are complementary. Unless we live properly, we can't say we have a healthy life, we have a happy life. They are complements of each other. Life minus living is no life, and living minus life is no living. And therefore, friends, the introspection first is to be conscious and with constant integrated awareness. And I am saying constant integrated, I am not giving the trouble to our scholastic mind. Forget it. Most at the practical level, at the pragmatic level, let's check our identification with BMI. Body, mind, intellect. If you address students, we won't talk about this BMI and all that. Luckily, since the professor, he has introduced our participants today, I am taking this forward a little bit in a different way. Because we don't prepare for lectures, then it's not happiness. It has to be spontaneous. That point will come later. That spontaneity is happiness. Spontaneity is life. So, we are going to analyze now and have introspection. And the first point comes out is my identification with my body. Once I was giving a lecture in Sweden. And a small group again, maybe 30, 40 students, we were all sitting down. And after 1 hour or so, I was constantly saying, let understanding be the law, let's have togetherness, etc. In question answer session, one gentleman asked me, sir, do you believe God? And I had not referred to God and anything that sort of, it was still. I kept quiet. He again asked, sir, please, I want this question. It might be relevant or irrelevant. Do you believe God? Finally, I answered, it doesn't matter whether I believe in God or not. If at all you are conscious of this word called God, it matters whether you believe it or not. How does it matter whether I believe it or not? And he was convinced, friends, because his question was sincere. His question was intense. His question was from the heart, from the spiritual heart maybe. So, similarly, I extend that question and answer to our program and say that are we serious? My second point, are we serious about keeping ourselves smiling? I repeat, in spite of our problems. So please don't say afterward that, sir, we have this problem and that. How do you tell us to be happy? And yes, that's the challenge. Can the war be led without the enemy? We have, and therefore we welcome. But we have a ready solution. We have troubleshooting, and that is we will be smiling. So, 2 points we have detected: my wrong identification with my body, mind, and intellect, which I will elaborate. And second point is, are we really sincere and serious about this? They say, take life sincerely, don't take it seriously. We exactly do the opposite. We take the life seriously and don't take it sincerely. 4 of us today, or 5 of us, or 6 of us, whosoever is present, along with our essential self and God, we will have a resolution that yes, we want to be smiling, and tomorrow onwards, first we'll be with the mirror first, and then mirrorless, and keep ourselves smiling for 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever it is that suits us, and see the change, friends. I'm sure after 1 month, I would request Professor and take the feedback. You will yourself tell, sir, we are changing. And even if we are already smiling, keep doing that. We should be more smiling. You can't say I'm loving. You can be more loving. You can be infinitely more loving. Similarly, you can be infinitely more smiling. Smiles also have different types. I won't go into today's lecture into this. But when I say smile, it's a benign smile. It is a compassionate smile. It's all-inclusive smile. It is accommodative smile. But then you would dub it like, sir, are we discussing types of smile? Therefore, I will restrict myself into this. But yes, it has to be accommodative. It has to be all-inclusive, ubiquitous. So in my introspection, I found 2 thieves. One is my wrong identification with my body, mind, and intellect. And most important is, are we serious? Yes. So answer for the second question is, we are serious, we will be sincere, and therefore, let's not talk about the second point. Now, as far as first point is concerned, what is it that my identification with body, mind, and intellect, which resists me from being happy, which creates a resistance for me for being happy. Yesterday, right now I'm at Nagpur, and I couldn't get flight. The train was, still though we claim there were many things on the platform, inside the train, this and that. And then a subconscious ripple just kicked me, keep smiling. Our natural reaction will be, if I would have got my air ticket, the trains are still not clean, irrespective of bigger claims, this and that. And then we'll slowly shift to politics and this and situation. And we started with something and we end up with, and that is how the whole process gets lost. The whole process gets decayed, degenerated, deactivated. So this is conscious living. We need to constantly be aware. That is constant. And that is at the body level. If there are discomforts, they're at the body level. Heat and cold, this and that. Now the main problem is mind. That is why we don't say body coach. Body coach, then it is gym. We say mindfulness. All of us know mind creates manevam manushyanam karanam bandhamokshayoho. Mind creates havoc. And hence they say, master the mind and be a mastermind. There are 2 approaches. One, the beautiful approach is, if you have capacity, just say, there is no mind. Amanas, there is no mind. And if you do not have the capacity, then say that you have mind and I am going to understand it. Because understanding is possible only when we have existence of it. So there are 2 ways. If you are intellectually evolved, if you are intelligent, there is a difference between being intellectual and being intelligent. To be intellectual, we still can be miserable. But to be intelligent is intellectually aware. And in that case, we can deny the existence of mind, amanaskam, and be enlightened. But if that is not the case, and we know that our mind is troubling, once, a student, a disciple, approached her master. And she said, Master, my mind is troubling me, and I have a number of problems. Will you solve them? Master ignored. Twice, thrice, 4 times. Then when the persistence was pure, When the diligence in question was pure, was pristinely pure, Master finally smiled and said, "Yeah, I would cure it." For cure, we need an operation on it. Whatever we want to get rid of, we need an operational system. So please give me your mind and I will operate. Swamiji, what are you talking about? How can I give me my... Give me. You said you requested that I need to change it or I need to find a solution for it. Yes, I will. But give me that mind. And we found that there was nothing like it. What can I offer? And there, either it dissolves or we start. If you're not intellectually evolved, as I said, at least the inquiry starts. That what is it that was troubling me? It was mind which was troubling me, or I myself was troubling myself. Isn't it, friends? Isn't it a striking phenomena in our life? Yes, it is. And therefore, we say, mind your business. We say, mind well. We say, mind-boggling. We say, mindfulness. All is related. Scientists have showed that about 85 to 90% gain is of fun. Perceived plurality is a sad delusion. Everything is because of otherness. You see, first point, if you want to be happy, just forget this otherness aspect and you will be happy on the planet. My envy is because of otherness. My pride is because of otherness. Can we be proud about ourselves if nobody is going to take a cognizance of the same? Impossible. At the most, that is not self-praise. It will be self-endorsement. That is fine. But when it takes the form of otherness, then we have that pride is a puff. Hence, friends, remember that when my mind troubles, this is because of otherness. And the moment I am conscious of this fact throughout the day, about this otherness, and try to understand, I am not using the word control. No. When Arjuna had asked this question, Lord Krishna had clearly mentioned about it. Chanchalam ni mahabaho. Yes, mind is restless. Let's not talk about control. Let's start talking about understanding it. And that is why I said introspection. For the one who joined late, I will repeat the mantra: introspect daily, detect diligently, negate ruthlessly, substitute wisely, and grow steadily, happily, and be a messenger spreading the fragrance of happiness all over. And this will be our paradigm for this session and sessions to be followed. Days to come. Today is only we are laying a blueprint, and out of that we are discussing the first point today, that is introspection. We started the day with smile. I'm repeating for a fresh one, and we will have 1 or 2 minute session of smiling every morning when we start our day, as Professor Saab sends morning whispers. We will smile consciously in spite of our problems. Let that load of our past, let that past drag us. We will say that no, we are not going to bow down at least for 2 minutes, and we'll keep smiling. We are going to do this exercise, all of us, from tomorrow onwards. See the change. After 1 month, we will question and answer together. So, while analyzing this concept of introspection, I'm only one day living. Okay? We are not talking about, first we are talking about 1 day living, then next sessions we'll start talking about living at a stretch for a period of time, and then we will probably or plausibly and happily discuss about life. So first is living, and living day to day. How can we best at the end of the day give marks to us out of 10 or 100 or 50 or whatever? We are professors, and this is again an identification. I am musician, I am professor, this and that. Fine. So friends, In our analysis, we happily found that there are two aspects of self: non-essential self and essential self. Essential self is happiness, love, all those qualities of virtues we have been taught right from right. We have never caught them, but we were always taught about these qualities right from our childhood. And this is where I insist, using first person singular, that in my introspection I must find non-essential attachments of my non-essential self with body, mind, and intellect, with the presumption that we are now serious, oh my essential self, and we will be sincerely following the dictum in the process for to be a smiling being all through my life. And in that introspection, I found that it is my non-essential attachment with the body, with cold and heat, this and that, constantly we see. Please observe. I'm not telling something new, but I'm definitely sharing my experience, which has changed my life. Which has changed my life without any formal assistance from outside. Dhared atmanatmanam, na atmanam avasadaye. Atmaiva yatmano bandhu, atmaiva rituratmana. You are your own guru in this way. Doesn't mean it is bringing any ego complex about it. No, we can have a revere. We can have a number of gurus where we can follow them, essentially. Karishye vachanam tava. But end of the day, we are our own guru. We need to have our own process, operational process, and change the entire alchemy of the biochemical reactions inside our DMI. So probably many of us would easily find it to go above body. Another point is we can be, see, we always say we are a body with a soul. Kindly correct it. We are a soul with a body. When we say we are body with soul, we are body conscious first and then soul conscious. And when we say we are soul with a body, we are soul conscious first and then comes the body. And here we dissolve it. Doesn't matter. Most of us, as we live life and arrive at a particular station of say 40, 50, 60, 70, in the biological sense and in the numerological sense. Otherwise, there is no number. Life is circular. Will come to that someday. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jakare shayanam. So, as we live, probably we are through with that body concept. We are not, if there is fan, fine. If there is no fan, fine. If there is AC, fine. If there is no AC, fine. What about mind? Which is playing havoc. I see in publications how people take their names. I see guides guiding. Luckily, we are all in that profession. Working in industries and in universities, it can be heaven on earth if we understand for ourselves the entire process, how mind is playing havoc. Can we not be generous enough? What is it that we are so attached to? What is it that we are so illegitimately attached to? And this is where the nectarine bliss, the flow of nectarine bliss, we are not able to experience because mind is playing it smaller and smaller and smaller. Now, if you want an exercise, a pragmatic exercise for this, get these three concepts. See, I repeat, I am going inside and inside subsets. We are only discussing first point, introspect daily. In subsequent lectures, we will have that 5-point formula, the other points. And in the end, in the 7th or 9th lecture, we will summarize and have a 2-hour session, giving an entire summary report in prospect and in retrospect. And it will be onus on all of us to live life smilingly, at least till we are together the entire series. So under mind, let's talk about three things: hurry, worry, curry. Ah, yes, these are the three factors which are predominating our mind, which is nothing but a thought process, and affecting our day-to-day living. In a way, actually, we should be living, and hence keeping us and keeping our smile at bay. Now, see, curry, hurry, and worry. Worry belongs to future. Curry belongs to past. Curry means is not in that sense. Curry is the agglomerated past in one sense. In other sense, it is what we ate. What we are today is because of what we ate in the past. It's a fact. Not only body, but mind and intellect. All faiths accept this. And that's why these days there is vegan and sattva food and this and that. There's so many theories. We will not go into that. It's a perception and personal choice. So curry belongs to past. Memory is also like curry. Worry belongs to the future and hurry belongs to the present. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yuddhasva vigata jvara. This jvara, it is called jvara. We are excited. We should be ecstatic, but instead we are excited. That is called hurry in the present. Worry for the future and curry from the past. Isn't it, friends? And these things, knowingly or unknowingly, these three aspects are always predominating our mind and hence controlling our day all through and keeping us and keeping our smile away. So we will be dissecting them further for this lecture. And then we'll talk about the intellect, and the process of introspection will be complete in the format which the speaker is structured. I said, Matir Munde Munde Matir Bhinne. So many theories. Google, don't flood yourself. Whatever is happily suitable for you, pick the thread up and forget the rest, including the speaker. Because I said there is no mediation. Right now there is a mediation. There is no mediation. Now, curry, we cannot do much about it because it is past and we have lived it. But, sir, memory troubles us. We have so many WhatsApp groups, 10th standard, 12th standard, BTech, MTech, BBA, MBA, whatnot, and our past troubles us. It is the memory game. So we need to avoid it. But we cannot, sir. People come to me and tell me, sir, past is troubling us. Past will always trouble us. Past will definitely trouble us. And hence it is past. It's a bygone, it's a process which we cannot do. So then how can we control? Don't control. Just allow it to. Just observe. For that, you need to be engaged. In Hindi, it is called chust raho, vyast raho, mast raho, and swasth raho. Constantly be engaged. Don't allow any suffering or problem to trouble you. Okay, sir. We wait. What about worry? Now, there is a beautiful, one master gave this, that what we can do about worry. You know, Just imagine that there is no world outside. Tell me whether you will have any kind of worry or you will not. Our worry is because of our comparison, because of our calibration, and then hence because of our confusion. Calibrations and comparisons bring the confusion, and therefore we are worried. Don't you think enough food outside, and now you are alone on the planet? कितना खाएंगे? कौन सी worry है? Is there not enough shelter? That's it. Finish. What is it that we are worrying about? No, sir, my son is not studying properly. Otherness. That is where precisely we began, friends. It is the otherness which is creating the problem. But sir, how you can say our son is other, our wife is... Yes. My identification with my wife is a problem. My identification with my son is a problem. My identification with my own non-essential self is a problem. Why do we need security? Or sir, illness never comes by knocking the door. So we need to preserve, conserve and save a lot so that I can... Oh. Give me an example of a bird, cat, dog or any animal. Unless, there are some climatic situations where some of the animals store the food. Give me an example where they store the food or where they have, or at least for a longer period, and forget about insurance and banks and bank balance. Is it? Friends, it is a projected existence of ours, amalgamated with otherness, is causing us worry. And hence, if we have to really dynamically forget our past, learn from the past and forget the past, and not unnecessarily worry about the future, in spite of these two, we still can be excited in the present. Oh, aaj lecture hai. Oh, aaj I want to attend lecture. This, that program. You see, we in colleges, we arrange so many programs, events, and we see people running. Yes, we can be still calm and quiet and run the show. Why are we excited? We should be ecstatic inside. So what is this ecstasy? This ecstasy is aho bhava. It is called aha expression. Wow. You write as आजकल ये बच्चे सब लिखते हैं. Wow. Awesome. You ask anybody paper कैसे गया? Awesome. You must be laughing. If all of your professors, this is an experience of student. It's awesome. Even if they pass, yes, it can be awesome. Because I was scoring 8 out of 100. Now I am scoring 35 out of 100. So isn't it awesome for me? They are our positive, encouraging friends. When they say awesome, awesome doesn't mean they have to score 99 out of 100. It's a relative word. Again, otherness. And hence, friends, I am repeating this fact that when I move in my world, I have to constantly be ecstatic. Aho bhav, aho bhav, That's the feeling. And it will keep you... कल से अपने को चालू करना है. कल छुट्टी है. परसों 15th August, whenever we meet, and doesn't matter, it is profession, घर के members, इधर and इधर, कचरा है, अपने को if we find garbage, don't say, अरे, कोई garbage दिख रहा है इधर, वाह, let's convert this garbage to gold. Hold it, put it on the biodegradable, non-degradable thing. That's it, khatam. Where is the question of reacting in a way which will hamper our smile? So it's raining too much. When I was to come to Nagpur, a number of people cautioned me that it is heavily raining there. I said, so what? And when I'm talking now, it has started raining heavily. So what? You will find the eternal complaint masters. In summer, they will say, oh, it's so hot. In winter, say, it's so cold. And in rainy season, they will say, oh, yaar, barish ho rahi hai, bahut sara. And they're smiling, enlightened musafir, a fakir would say, गर्मी के दिन यार ठंडा पियो. वाह क्या बारिश का मौसम है, दिखते हैं आज बचपन की वो सब कश्तियां याद करेंगे, and we'll see whether our life has gone ahead or life has gone backwards. Can we not see this in the newer perspective, this rainy season? And in cold we say, oh, it's fantastic winter. Friends, नजर बदली तो नजारे बदलते हैं, सोच बदली तो सितारे बदलते हैं, कश्ती बदली, हवा बदली तो किनारे बदल जाते हैं, और हम अगर बदले तो हमारे रिश्ते बदल जाते हैं. Let's change ourselves. Let's change ourselves cardinally. And therefore, be conscious and aware of this mind. Don't allow it to wander this and that. Oh mind, oh Manasa, I will not allow your tricks to play on me. I will not allow your tricks to play on me for the day. Yes, I have a challenge of the day only. You play your tricks tomorrow. Can we not give an appointment to this troubling mind the next day? In government organizations, many of them, I have witnessed myself, and many of us might have witnessed, that there is, most of the times, yes, they will never react. They'll say, yes, Rabdo idhar, we'll see. I will look into it. I will look into it. It's a spiritual word. Never get angry and irritated. Even if सामने वाला person doesn't do anything, most of the friends tell me, sir, आप lecture में बोलते रहते हैं. I said, fine. You take the file and go ahead. No, sir, we can't go. Then be happy. Either change the system or wait for the system to change. As simple as this. What is the point in saying the roads are not good? Can we put the tar on the road by bringing tar and without taking permission? Do that. No, then don't complain. Enjoy the sinusoidal nature of your roads. See, this is what, when I say day to day, it will have effect after 6 months or 1, and a situation will come where, irrespective of anything, you will only smile. Trust me on this. I said, I am not. You will get infinite scholarship slogans and lectures and everything there. Experience says you can change yourself by this and by this introspection. So under introspection daily, introspect daily, we have seen two things. One, our de-identification with the false concepts of our body, our understanding, right understanding of our mind. I gave you so many examples. There can be a number of. You can ask me questions. The third aspect is intellect. Now, this intellect is a very important concept, which I am going to introduce. आज हम सिर्फ पहला पार्ट देख रहे हैं. Again, don't lose the focus because so many things are being expressed. So don't lose the sight. I repeat the mantra again. It's more than 45 minutes. I will repeat the mantra. Introspect daily. Detect diligently. Negate ruthlessly. That we'll see in next lectures. Substitute wisely. क्या substitute करना है देखेंगे हम. And then grow steadily and happy. Right? Now, under this introspection, I'm revising like a professor because we all are trying to understand, and then tomorrow onwards, or this moment onwards, try to implement in our life. So, the next point comes very naturally is, what is it that I'm introspecting? I found that my wrong identifications with my body, mind, and intellect, I am suffering. And as a result, I am not able to lead a happy life. In spite of our problems, I am not able to smile. Right? Then I saw the concepts, we discussed the concepts of how best we can go beyond our body by being soul conscious. But we know that majority of the portion is by mind, and therefore we try to understand mind. Just the background, detail we are going to study next. Now comes intellect. You know, friends, honor and dishonor. You know, people return their PhDs. I have seen many people leaving halfway, sloganing each other. All of you are, or rather all of us are in the intellectual field. I repeat, to be intellectual need not necessarily be intelligent. An intelligent man will never be nervous. An intelligent man will be never under any kind of depression, suppression, repression. An intelligent man will not be under any kind of outer influence, but an intellectual can be. And hence we find in America and in many other countries also we find there are depression masters and there are depression. That is how this mindfulness and everything has come. Our rishis and entire past, it is flooded with this. They were not saying that they were mind coach or mindfulness and this and that. Automatically they were saying something, and the shishas and the students were following them. That's it. Evam parampara praptam. But now it's a different situation. Why are we depressed? Because we are intellectuals, but we are not intelligent. We are succumbing to outer pressures. We are bowing down to outer pressures. And the two main aspects of intellect which are troubling us are honor and dishonor. When I joined a particular institute a few years back, for 15 days I had no chair. For next 3 months, I had no small space. There was a chair, but not small. And then 2 years, there was no cabin. Then I introspected. Was my post anywhere related to cabin? Was my post anywhere related to chair? These are created things. Suppose you are doctorate, postdoctorate, postdoctorate, and whatnot. Do you mean by the size of the cabin should increase? Friends, honor and dishonor is one particular aspect of the pair of opposites I have seen in the galaxy, among the galaxy of intellectuals. God gave me chance to be among scientists. I cannot name them here, but I have had the opportunity to work with scientists who had Padma Bhushans and Padma Shri awards. I found whether musicians, sportsmen, unless they are humble, one point of time you will find that all these categories will be depressed or suppressed or oppressed or repressed. And for sundry reasons, my paper is not published. Somebody took my data away. N number, all of you belong to this, all of us rather belong to that. So let's not, we understand it quickly. Why can't we? Because we are not bothering about our smile. Smile at all costs, as they say, peace at all costs. If smile at all costs is our slogan, we will say, don't worry. Neki kar aur darya mein dal. Very easy. Easier said than done. But yes, we need to follow it. We need to follow it across. So let's be away from honor and dishonor. You might find these words inclining towards spiritual practices. Yes, spirituality is spirituality is not different from daily living. Names can be different. It doesn't mean how much I decorate my forehead. It doesn't mean what I chant. It doesn't necessarily mean how I dress. Whether it is ochre robe or any color of this, doesn't matter. It matters whether I am smiling. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kamshati. Samas sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labate param. This is what I am a smiling, happy soul moving around. Then I can say that we are traveling the path of spirituality. Rest all is outer. And hence, friends, my day-to-day conscious living is basically flooded with by identification with body, mind, and intellect, and they en route create problems for me. And this last compartment I am dealing with is intellect, where honor and dishonor, हिंदी में उसको मान और अपमान कहते हैं, is what is troubling. So as we rise up in our profession, in our professional stature, we need to be conscious. We might be humble from outside. I'm telling you a very important point of the entire discussion this evening. but check whether we are really humble from within. Is my humility a decoration? Is my humility a pose? Is my humility a posture? Is my humility an adopted virtue? Nobody can find. We have to. This is spiritual democracy, I say. Find out for yourself, by yourself, within yourself. I confess, 20 years back, I realized my humility was a show, was a sham show. I had all those desires. I had all those ifs and buts. I had all those honor and dishonor well rooted, but I was posing myself. Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Oh, come. As we started dissecting ourselves, I started dissecting myself. And the inward journey exposed myself. Humility should be spontaneous and natural. It need not be a sham pose, or it need not be an outer show. And when we are done with this, you'll find yourself at ease with yourself. You'll find yourself at peace with yourself. You will be a smiling fellow, because now doesn't disturb. You are humble. That's it. You are not being humble, but you are humble. Being is lost in becoming. When we become, then that being is lost. So if we try to be humble, we may not be humble. I hope we are going along together. So many points, but that's why I will restrict myself not too much. I would prefer question answers up to 5-10 minutes. And I'm sorry using a wrong word, not question answers. We'll have a interaction, a positive interface with it. So I have to consciously and joyfully de-identify myself with my wrong attachment with body. I have to joyfully and consciously de-identify myself with my wrong identification with mind. I am purposely repeating this. And I have to consciously and happily de-identify myself with my wrong identifications with my intellect. And whole day, if I live this spectrum, the pure of my living, friends, the day where we started smiling forcibly, the night we will really smile, not forcibly, but automatically, and say a bye-bye for the day. Isn't it fine? I'm divinely emotional at this point of time. Because it's my experience, subjective experience, friends. And I feel like I requested Professor Saab that I want to share. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter how many attend. Lokeshana, Vitteshana. Probably God helps us not to have this, like, these days, the younger generation say, how many followers you have? Instagram followers. And the stature and the status is being decided by Instagram followers. Oh my God. We're not bothered about basic science. I ask them questions, go for external viva, and they don't have basics. But we are caught in this. How many followers we have on Instagram? How many Facebook lovers we have? It is not bad. It is at the cost of something which is precious. As it's been discussed earlier, it's a serious carcinoma. We need to amputate. In this amputation process, today we talk loftily, the introspection all through day. The day begins with a smile. The onus spreads all through day with an introspection. And when we detect for first 8 to 10 days or 15 days, try to negate them. That we'll have in the next lecture, how we can negate them. I just gave you a background that how best we can avoid our identifications with B, M, and I, because this is what is we are doing a cause analysis. Our top event is happiness, and we are constructing a fall tree, and our all these bottom events in the language of reliability engineering, our entire process here is be identified. A joyful deed, don't suppress. If you want to eat gulab jamun, eat, but understand why you are eating it. How much you should eat if you are diabetic. That's it. Similarly, at all these three levels of BMI, if we de-identify ourselves, friends, it's my promise. I'm again using an ending lecture with a first person singular. It will be, or it is my promise that we will be simply smiling all through it. People will be, it is contagious. I want to end with a very penetrative and pervasive thought of mine. If we know, then we are capable. Please, let's be together. If we know, we are capable. If we know that we know, then we are able. But friends, if we know that we know and still we are humble and execute it, then we are available. And you will find there are many capable, there are many able, but very few are available. And if it comes to myself, our essential self, one person, single individual, we are capable, we are able. We are not available for ourselves, and all spiritual masters, entire globe, they are only echoing this fact that be available, give an appointment to your own self. What for? For being a smiling sannyasi, for being a smiling fakir, for being a smiling fellow passenger all through, so that we all can collectively witness this. And this is my individual promise, and this is our collective promise. I take a pause. I won't say, because it's not a lecture. I take a pause and I invite happily questions. We'll have a session, because the words can continue. It can be 2-3 hour session. It has no meaning. Let's not convert these words to scholarship. There was no scholarship here. If you realize and re-listen to them, there was nothing like it. There was an experience. Let's share it. I am keeping this open, Professor. Professor Saab, are you there? Nothing. So if you have questions, I am reading it. Gokul Kumari ji and Vanita ji, it will be very. It will be my pleasure to share my experience. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Yeah. It's not necessary that we should have forcibly the questions, because, as I said, there is no teacher, there is no taught. I can also get enlightened if there are some questions which can be addressed. Because
It's a nice lecture.
yeah, please.
I'm very much impressed about the ideas which you have given about the happiness. I like most of selfie smile which you have talked about. It's really now present students' life when we talk about the pictures, whatever they are taking for the uh, groups or whenever they are assembling with their friends and all, the happiness is very much higher side. But when it is compared, if you talk in a classroom, that is
Correct.
very much very less.
Correct. So
That
yeah, please.
can
Sorry,
you
I'm
give
sorry.
the idea, sir? Because my aspect is everyone should be happy, even though they should understand about their future, career, their job, everything they have to know. Everything, I think, as a student, they understand. But what happens is, they think that if a faculty is taking a lecture of for so many hours continuously, they will feel like a boredom in the class hours, or no, they don't have that much interest to listen to the classes. How this can be related with this happiness program, sir?
Excellent. In fact, there are two aspects, if I am able to understand your question in the right perspective. One is, to be very honest, I have already requested Professor Saab, Dr. Saab, about conducting a program for youth. And youth means we are all youth in the
Yeah.
biological sense also, because they are the ones who need it the most, as you rightly put it across.
Yes, sir.
Not that we don't need it, but very beautifully you have put it across that when it comes to something of their choice, they are very happy, but when it comes to the other programs of their life, in fact,
Uh,
you will not believe, madam, I am also a professor, and when I lecture, so many students tell me that, sir, in spite of your age and other things, you are able to keep the smile on your face. What is that? I said, this is because of your attitude. You are caught in the mesh of the things and problems, and your happiness remains conditional. So, madam, what you have indicated is conditional happiness, and we
yes.
were talking about the joy, and joy is not conditional happiness, and therefore, such programs, such series of lectures, are more relevant for the student class, especially the present student class, where they are all, they talk about their makeups and breakups, and you must have also heard constantly. I always joke with them that in the world of makeups and breakups, let us wake up. So, and this waking up is an individual process. Nobody can wake you up, shake you up, and wake you up that, yo, come on. It is an individual process.
Yes, 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 sir.
So, and they laugh. They know that, you won't believe, in a month I get four or five students come to me, sir, I'm depressed. I say, fine. I don't say, oh, what happened to you, beta? Are you, no, no, don't say that. I say, oh, fantastic. Now I have a chance. If you are depressed, then I have a chance to, like doctor will always say, there is a patient, then doctor has some scope. And then caressingly, very, very lovingly, we can get them out, make them understand that what is it that it has become a fashion, madam. Depression, and these are the words of the West. And really, I'm telling you, this has become a fashion of the day. That every after two children, three children, one says that I'm depressed.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I agree with you. And for that, the solution is, in fact, I would request anybody, or even I am ready. I'm not interested in, remuneration and other things. They are the wayside things. But if at all, we can arrange these programs even offline now. I am ready to share, because these days I have started with colleges with these programs, and without any tag associated with it. No tag, no big things here and there. Simply I say, let's be together, and let's try to understand and how best we can implement. That's all. Nothing. Otherwise, if we have taboos and tags associated, then students, out of fear, they might listen. But professor, like you request them to attend, they will attend. But again, as you said, their half of the attention will not be in that function.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I would,
Thank you for the opportunity you given, sir. Definitely, I will make use of your lecture to my students also. I
absolutely.
will be keep in touch with you, sir.
Please, that is what has been started now, and through professor also you can involve him in various colleges in Pune. I belong to Pune. They have started this, and they are starting the effect of the same, especially this depression aspect, which is so predominant in the student class that it is not good. So this is something which we can look into. But I appreciate your question, and
Yes,
it's a fact. In fact, it's not a question. What you mentioned is a fact. It is a fact.
Sacrifice. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
it's a fact.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Excellent, excellent, Vanitaji. Thank you so much.
Sir?
Yes, Gokulji, please,
Thank you so much for the session. It was
please.
very, we can say whether it is an intelligent or intellectual session.
Yes, madam.
It is, it is very useful and it is eye-opening, like
Yes, madam.
how the
Thank you so much.
happiness is very important. Yeah,
Yes,
and in our daily life, like as we are, everybody, we are towards running, all or in busy life. So how we can manage, the joy? Okay, morning we can start with a smile, but again, how we can prolong the smile towards our inner busy schedule?
yes.
What is your
Excellent.
advice?
This is what I was telling, that initially it will be difficult. But as you de-identify yourself, that's fine. You are a professor, you might be head of the department, you might be principal, the CEO, whatever it is. Why can't I bring the fragrance of my smile, not compromising the word? I know you will have to be strict at times. I mean, as Professor mentioned at the outset, it is duty, devotion. We also started today, irrespective of wedding. There were many entries, but we are finally four, including myself. So it doesn't matter. But we stuck to the discipline part and started well in time. Similarly, we can be strict, we can be disciplinarian, but see that it is not at the cost of our joy and smile. Many times we try to be authoritative instead of being assertive, and in the process, especially as we are heads of the departments, most probably must be, and even CEOs or the principals of the colleges, or whichever profession we are into, and it automatically starts corroding us from within, and that authoritativeness slowly poisons us. So we have to be very humble. That's what I said in the end. I repeat that we are able, we are capable, but we are not available. So in spite of our potential, if we are humble, and humble truly, I confess, giving my example, that my humility was external long back, I'm talking about. And then when I introspected and had these serious sessions for myself, I realized that no, Mr. Soman, you have to be humble from within. Then it doesn't matter what goes outside. So madam, if you keep this in mind, each student will be God for you, each boss will be God for you. This has happened. I'm only sharing experiences. I told Professor Saab, I am not a scholar, I'm least
True,
interested.
true,
Now
true,
I'm
true.
least interested. You press any button of Google, and I mean put any word there, and you get the tons of information. But are we seeing the changes in the world, including ourselves? No. And therefore, you just always put yourself under the in the on the anvil, and get hammered. Yes, because it is my life finally. My post will go one day. My position will go one day. I am going to retire. There is no in the president. There is ex-president. So for all material posts, there has to be the word ex attached to it one day or the other. Except a sannyasi, they say there is no ex sannyasi. A true sannyasi, we can't say there is ex sannyasi. He was a sannyasi and now we can't say that. But for all other posts in our positions and the status and the stature, we have ex word coming in the time of future someday. So if you remember that, you will find changes. It is right now also. I'm not introducing myself in the corporeal sense, but there are many things. Many things are being tagged to this embodiment, and there's no point in if you go to student, I have to be a student. If I go to a child, I should be childlike, not childish but childlike. If I go to a buzurg, I should be the best of bring the best of my experience when I'm sitting with an elderly, and have a conversation. So that's how we can be very happy from moment to moment, and it is only practice, madam. Again, you have put a very pragmatic question, as madam also put it across. And slowly, as you will de-identify yourself, personalize yourself, you will find, and without compromising. I'm not saying you retire or you resign from the post. No, not required, in fact. But as we interact with people for one day, you keep only one day target. I had a habit of keeping planning big for a year and so on. No, let the planners do that. Don't do that. Just have, say, I am leaving for this day tomorrow, Sunday, and I will see, right from interacting with my husband or wife or children or neighbors or what, because being a Sunday, I am saying that, or when I go to my profession from this, and see your reaction within. They call it resounding, reaction, and reflection. So if you take care of resounding, reflection, and reaction, then only And if you understand them well, then only you will be able to respond. It is easier to say as a slogan morning WhatsApp chat, yeah, don't react, only respond. But when it comes to the response, we only react and we don't respond, as you rightly said. So I think practice will only see this.
Thank you, Ji.
Any specific you will have later on in next lecture or this, or you can also WhatsApp me if I'm on the Instagram. Can follow on the Instagram.
Yes,
Uh,
G. Yes, G. We expect like the follow-ups. So
yes,
from
yes,
this
yes,
introduction, so
yes,
we need the follow-ups. Will
yes.
let it be an interactive sessions with an activity based.
Absolutely.
So
So
yeah,
you can note down the number. The WhatsApp number
sure.
is 95185
Okay, 95985
43792
437
92
92.
and
Okay.
Instagram ID, if at all you are on the, I don't know,
Yes.
joyful underscore bliss underscore blissful underscore joy. In case you are, I will send it to Professor Saab.
Right, right, right.
That is a better thing.
Let me get some
Because
perspective.
yes, yes, I've been interacting with Professor Saab, and we can always have a true smiling club. Wherein we will share.
Sure.
I'm floating this proposal to Professor Saab, that we can have a. He has already formed a group. Let us not dismiss that group. Even after we finish off my series, we will continue, and that's it. Our challenge lies ahead. Once we gather the thoughts, our challenge of implementing lies ahead.
Yes, yes, true, true. And thank you, Dadaji, for arranging such a useful
Yes.
session. Beyond other workshops, like first
Yes.
we have to fulfill ourselves. Yeah.
Yes.
So
This
thank you,
this was a
Dadaji.
festive season, but we decided both of us that we'll go ahead with this, and therefore I did not enter too deeply into it. I just said that I am giving a blueprint today, and I will come up with more practical examples, and but at the thought level only, because in such Gmeet sessions and Google, I mean Zoom sessions, we cannot have meditation techniques and other things, and we cannot
Sure.
have in one after this. So, Professor Saab, are you there? We are through with.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hi, Dr. Saab, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for taking us all through the happiness, the journey. And as rightly sir said, that we are only very few, but we had a discussion and we thought, why not know the happiness spreads from us, okay, to thousands of people. And that's what we kept the program. We did not reschedule it. And thank you so much, sir, for making us understand, no awakening and a lot of other aspects of being
It's a
happy.
collective process. It's a collective
Yes,
process.
happy. And right, people say that no leaders, they undergo lot of leadership training, but even
Correct.
after that productivity does not improve, or they don't become a good leader. I think at the end of the day, even someone attends hundreds of happiness programs, but until unless what sir has rightly insisted, that self awakening, okay, if that thing doesn't come, that's automatic meditation, what sir was telling, the reflection part. I think that's very important, and definitely know each one of us, okay, is a gift of nature. And as I said in the beginning, by nature, if you look at the nature, we'll see how blissful, peaceful the nature is. And as rightly said, okay, that point, attracted me very much, like, in the summer and the winter, and even in the rainy season, if someone knows how to enjoy the season instead of
Correct.
complaining it's too much, okay, heat all around, I think that's a fantastic point. I think that's, it simplifies, okay, how we can be along in line with the nature and still be happy. And
Very true.
thank you so much, sir, once again, for giving us your time. And we know that you are a busy person. And I'll request all the participants, those who want to connect with sir and take the benefits of his knowledge and the wisdom for your students, you are most welcome, because that's what the purpose is. Okay, we are just connecting the dots so that
Correct.
this message spreads all around. Sir is also there in the group where you all are
Yes.
there.
In fact, sir,
So
sorry to interrupt.
yes.
Gopalji and Vanita ji, both of them have requested. Even after our series is complete, we'll keep this group alive.
Okay,
And
sir.
anyways,
Okay.
you are sending morning whispers to that. Especially this joy wala group अपन रखेंगे, ताकि
ठीक है.
there can be many aspects, and we'll keep one day where some of the questions can be floated, and we can try to address them.
Okay, sir. Perfectly fine. We'll do that, sir. We'll keep that group. And thank you once again, all the participants, for your time. And thank you, sir, for
Yes,
your time
thank you.
as well. Thank you
Thank
so
you, sir.
much. And
Pranam, sir.
very happy Independence Day. And
Yes, same to
thank
you
you so
all.
much. Jai Hind.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Jai Hind.
very much. Pranam.